Hey guys, welcome back, man. Here we are, Wednesday time for another midweek motivation and advice video. I'm sure you guys read the title. I don't know why I even try to introduce these damn videos. The title is right there. You know exactly what the hell it is I'm going to talk about before you even click on the damn thing. But anyway, today we're talking about excuses and expectations, man. Now, I've touched on some of these things a little bit before, but I like to keep revisiting certain things, right? Because I feel like the more and more people I talk to in real life, and not necessarily you guys, right? I know I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but more and more people I talk to in the real world, just, you know, it's hard for them to buy this idea that any kind of change in their life, especially when it comes to health and fitness, weight loss, or things like that, is like 99% mental, right? But I always harp on this type of thing. And today I'd like to talk about excuses and the damage that those things do, as well as expectations and the damage that they could possibly do.
Now I'm emotionally compromised and whoopsies. I'm all OMG.
As you try to embark on your weight loss or fitness transformation journeys or anything like that. Now, as we've discussed before, the mind has an amazing power, especially the human mind. We all, as humans, have this amazing power to delude ourselves into believing damn near anything that we really put our mind to, right? When I was 412 pounds, man, believe it or not, I was able to look at myself in the mirror and delude myself into believing it wasn't that bad, right? I remember looking at myself and being able to say, well, yeah, you're a big boy, right? But it's not that bad. You can recover from this, right? And for me, one of the things that really helped to shatter that for me was when I was at the doctor. I'll never forget this. I went to the doctor one day, and they stepped me up on the scale, right? The sliding scale, the doctor's sliding scale where they slide the weights over and shit. And I was like, all right, let's see how bad it is, right? So I stepped up on the scale, right? They slid the shit all the way over, and that thing was like, nah, son, nah, we ain't going anywhere, bro. You're well north of this shit. And I remember thinking like, I don't know what that means. And the lady's like, the lady didn't want to be like, oh, it means you're fat as shit, right? No, she was like, let's go over to the digital scale, right? And I'm thinking, all right, that can't be good, right? So we get on the digital scale, and that thing came up and said 412 pounds, man. I had deluded myself into believing not only was my body not in that bad of shape, but there was absolutely no way I could be at 400 plus pounds, man. I mean, I'm only 5'7". How the hell is that possible, right? But it was. It actually happened, and it helped to shatter that delusion that I allowed myself to believe, right? Because I'm telling you, we have an amazing ability. It's absolutely insane, some of the things I see when I talk to people online or in person, that they are able to delude themselves into believing, right? So those types of things, excuses that you make for why you can or can't do something, tend to become your reality, not just because of the actions that you take reflect that, but also because you tend to really believe the lies that you tell yourself. So it's very important that you try to keep yourself as objective as possible, even when that objective truth can be harmful to your own self-image, right? Because these are the things that you have to do in order to recognize when you're off path and to correct and get back on path, right?
Of course I'm no happy. Look at me, I'm a big fat slob. I've got bigger titties than you do. I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book. I've not seen my willy in 2 years, which is long enough to declare legally dead. I can't stop eating. I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat.
Now, the other thing that's highly damaging to us is expectations as we move into transformations, right? A lot of us go into these transformations, whether it be weight loss or fitness or whatever it is, with very, very high expectations and highly unrealistic, right? I know one guy recently told me, and if you're watching this, I know you're watching this anyway, that he was going to lose like 75 pounds in like 60 days, right, or less. And it's not that you can't, right? It's not that you can't do that. I mean, that's physically possible. You can probably pull that off, right? But man, the things you're going to have to do that are I mean, they're insane, right? They're nuts, and trying to maintain something like that is going to be next to impossible, right? You know, I mean, while I tend not to interject with that or to make any kind of disparaging remarks when it comes to those types of things, because they are possible, it's just. It's not something that's sustainable, right? So there's unrealistic expectations. Like if you are a skinny guy, right, and you're thinking that you're going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in like 6 months, that's not going to happen, man. I don't give a shit how many steroids you pump into your ass, right? And how much you get in that gym. I mean, that transformation is not going to happen in 6 months. That's years. That's decades even of mega lifting and mad steroids to get to that point. Now, I'm not saying the steroids are good or bad, right? I don't give a shit what you do, right? Your body is your body, right? But keep in mind that a lot of the transformations you're seeing online, even if they say they're natural, when they come out looking like Phil Heath, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, any of those crazy ass bodybuilders, that is not natural. It's not. There's no way to do that. It's just not a natural thing, right? So your expectations as you go into things and trying to set realistic expectations for yourself is highly important. You know, nobody wants to hear that it's realistic to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. Nobody wants to hear that, because if you've got an amazing amount of weight to lose, like you got 100 plus pounds of weight to lose and you're looking at 1 to 2 pounds a week, man, you're doing that calculation in your head. You're like, a year? I gotta do this shit a year? Yeah, man, you do, right? But here's the thing, right? How long did it take you to get that way? How long did it take you to get fat? For me, to get to 412 pounds took me about 15 years, right? To get the weight off took me just under 2. That's a pretty good return rate, man. 15 years of eating whatever the hell it is I wanted, in any amount that I wanted, with no care in the world.
Whatever, I'll do what I want.
For 2 years of hardcore dieting and getting everything back under control, that's a pretty good return. Now, I'm not saying that just because it's a good return, you should do that kind of shit, because you shouldn't. Because I'm absolutely positive that there are some things I've done to my body that are not recoverable, right? The skin being the least of which, right? I'm sure I've done some real damage from a health standpoint to my body over those 15 years I can't recover from, even though I've lost that weight. So don't do it anyway, just because the return rate happens to be pretty good, right? But what I'm saying is, self-delusion, coming up with excuses and things, our mind is extremely powerful for both good and bad, right? The expectations we set forth for ourselves are oftentimes the thing that damages us the most when we try to pursue our transformations, right? So keep those expectations realistic, man. I've got plenty of videos on how to do that, and you know, let's stop making excuses, right? Try to find that objective truth in your life and allow it to steer yourself in the right direction, man. Anyway, guys, that's it for today, dude. Like and subscribe. Leave me some comments, man. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, thanks again for watching, man, and I'll see you later. Bye.